afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Bonnie Mbuli, and today we sit down with an actress, businesswoman, and marketing guru, Annie Malan. She burst onto the local film scene when she was still young in the South African classic, Filas the Kind. She's also got her own successful marketing company. Also this weekend, Cape Town is hosting the Ultimate X Action Sports Fest at Grand West Arena. It's an event of all sorts of extreme sports, and today we're chatting to Kule Ngubane. He's a professional skateboarder, and he'll be showcasing at the event. Plus, we head to Durban to meet a man who's repurposing old skateboards into fashion accessories. Dan's in the kitchen with Clem.
Good afternoon, South Africa, and welcome to the weekend. We're going to kickstart it in absolute style in the kitchen today. My name is Danilo Cristo, joined by our resident chef, Clem Pedro, and today it's all about the sweet treat as we get you sweet for the weekend.
Big announcement, big things. We're just going to eat about it. You know, you never need a reason to eat good food. I mean, I think about it. If you're sad, have a treat. If you're happy, have a treat. So either way, it's Friday, we're having a treat.
Awesome, and these things are my favorite in the whole world. What are they called? What do you call them?
Okay, so what are they normally called? You say it. So it's called,
I forgot.
It's called millionaire shortbread.
Millionaire shortbread.
But I've called it maybe I shouldn't even mention what it's called.
Ooh, keep everyone in suspense. Yeah, millionaire shortbread is such a famous thing to do. My cousin used to make this for Christmas. He used to make like a whole bunch of them. It's like, here's a Christmas gift. And we used to love it. Because you get the one with fudge in the middle and then the caramel. You've gone for the chewy one in the middle.
So what we got is shortbread bottom, caramel middle, and then chocolate on the top. It's like the perfect South Africa. Look at all those beautiful, beautiful people. Brown people, dark brown people, white people. Like, it's future of the country.
It is literally the weekend in a treat. And if you want to get the details on your mobile device and cook along with us later on, you can SMS the keyword treat to 33650. It'll cost you R1.50, and your free SMSs don't apply. He's not racist, and we love him. All right, so now if you guys grew up in the 80s, you might recognize our first guest who's on the couch as Nina from the film Filas the Kind. This childhood star turned businesswoman today runs her own successful promotions and marketing company while still acting, modeling, and making a difference in young people's lives. Before she joins us, however, let's have a look back at that famous breakthrough role in Filas the Kind.
Wat's dit?
My geheim. Hierdie het ek in die bos opgetel. Ander het ek almal gesteel. Mooi, hè? Maak die voëls op klaar.
Wat is so snaaks daar?
Niks, is net 'n geheim, dis al. So net ek weet. So nou weet jy ook, is wat snaaks is.
Jy snaaks. Dis al wat snaaks is.
Joining us now on the couch is Annie Malan herself. Welcome to The Loft. Lovely to have you with us.
Me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bonnie. It's nice to be here.
So you started out as a child star. Now, I can totally relate to that. How old were you, and how did it completely change your life? Because that's what it does. It just throws you into the deep end of adult world. What was that like?
You were 13 and they discovered you at a bus stop.
I was.
I was 11 and I was doing speech and drama already because my mother wanted me to do music and piano like my sister. But I don't want to do stuff with two hands. I want to use this hand for one thing and have the next hand on the next thing like we said. So yes, there was auditions and I entered into this audition for a part as little Nina in Filas the Kind. And then I practiced. I remember like really studying my lines and in a scene like she's swinging from baboon trees, and I would like practice this on a rope in our garage and blow the little bottle. So when I arrived for the audition, I was extremely well prepared and they could see, well, this little girl really wants the part.
That's amazing, yeah.
And that was obviously, remember those years, there wasn't Facebook and Instagram. These days everybody is a celebrity because of digital media. But those days it was very, very unique. So that probably made it a much bigger thing than it would have been, today.
Yeah.
And after that, I just got a part every year and school had to take a back seat.
Right, but you still kept up. I mean, I remember, I still look back and I'm like, how did I keep up? Because I had to miss some stuff and I was always catching up. But that's actually when I did even better because I was actually enjoying what I was doing. Did you find that?
Well, I was always very conscientious of what needed to be done. I was head girl in primary school and high school, Afrikaans oor meisies Pretoria. And I had teachers who really believed in me. So even though I worked very late hours, late at night, there was always a teacher, especially my accountancy teacher, that said, come, You're coming for extra classes. We're going to make sure that you pass these subjects
Yes,
and
yes.
pass it well, because they knew I was competitive and I liked to achieve. So yeah, I had good teachers.
Well, you've just said it yourself. You love to achieve. Now, shoot, 28 years later, you now run your own promotions and marketing company. How did that come about? And how did the acting world prepare you for that role?
So I was lucky after school, I studied law, did a little bit of acting, and then got an opportunity to work with the trade unions, with Popcrew and Satu. And in that time, I got to speak and learn to speak Sotho, Zulu, Xhosa, Venda, Shangaan. I worked with all these trade unions. I literally lived on pap and runaways, Bogobu and runaways.
Oh, wow.
And I got to work with
For those who
people.
don't know what runaways are.
Chicken feet.
Chicken feet. Aren't they amazing?
Especially up in Venda. I mean,
Give me your
that's-
favorite line in Venda.
In Venda, di maccheroni abodi, witani, ruvua.
And that means?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm very well. Are you
Oh,
well?
wow, look at you, teaching me how to speak Venda. That's a first.
Can you not speak Venda? What do you speak?
I speak Zulu.
Aku ngaki. So the trade unions to me made me part of people. And I was working with people who didn't have TV and who didn't know who I was. It was just really cool government workers. And that's where I really learned how to, deal business and the humble side of business. And then from there, obviously, the next opportunity came. And 14 years ago, I started Annie Malan Promotions because mass marketing was my thing. I love marketing. These days, our houses are not safe. It's not safe to walk on the streets anymore. The air we breathe is polluted. But thanks to advertising, we've got full protection under our arms.
Yeah.
And this is the thing about advertising. So, yes, my company delivers marketing services to the banks, cell phone networks, FMCG companies. And we've got 4,000 brand ambassadors that we don't train them. I don't like the word training. I like the word learning. Because training is something I give you from a book. It's something that you can Google. It's just knowledge. But learning
Is doing.
is where you get
learn
the
by
wisdom,
doing, yeah.
where you get the absolute growth from. And for me, always, it was about growing, first myself, and then the minute I got that thing going,
Yeah.
I wanted to see other people grow.
Yeah.
So my family always say, no, stay out of Annie's way, because if she finds you and she finds out you're not doing anything today, she's going to find you work.
She's going to find you something to do. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, do
Yeah,
some work.
get productive.
And how has social media actually changed that space for you? I mean, you've been on both sides.
Well, I've got 20,000 followers on Twitter. I'm not on Facebook because, I don't like it when these guys with no shirts on want to befriend you. And also, if you put this...
Why not? Everyone loves that.
If you put this platform
teasing.
out there, there's pressure
Yeah,
on you to actually
absolutely.
deal with it. When I was in Sarki and I was a child actress, I used to get written fan mail.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to respond to these letters. People used to send me money in mail. It was an old-fashioned, manageable thing. But if you're going to have a Facebook page and people want to talk to you, you need to have the platform to
You
communicate
have to be
back.
responsible with that
So I
platform,
do
yeah.
have somebody that manages a fan page for me. His name is Dave, and he did it by himself, and I thought, this guy's got the right thing going here. So I got completely off it, and if people do need to contact me, it will go through him, and then it will reach me. So it also saves up time, and it takes away that pressure of having to speak to everybody.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to send me a note, I'm going to feel like I need to talk to you.
Yes, absolutely.
I think one should revel in technology, but technology is so much more than social media. We've got driverless cars now. You can get now a 3D printer that can print makeup
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
So we should stop being stuck on Facebook and Twitter, because that doesn't add to the GDP.
Absolutely.
And we should see what else technology is bringing, which is a lot.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you remember, but when we were little, they still used Polaroid cameras.
Yeah,
There
I
was no
remember
digital
those.
camera.
Yeah.
And Bonnie, do you remember if we fluffed our lines, it was so expensive
Yeah.
because you wasted film.
Absolutely.
These days, you can film the same thing like over and over
again.
yeah. Except for our interview, of course.
Absolutely. I mean, your work ethic has gone from good to great. And now you're a jack of all trades still. Tell us about the latest season of Swartwater, where you play a desperate house.
So Swartwater was a lovely series to
Yeah.
be part of. I had to train very hard. I had to diet. I literally lived
Yeah,
on
because you tell me you were in bikinis.
bikinis, and I was so super fit. It was personal trainers twice a day. I only ate vegetables and I only drank wine, and in 1 week I lost 2 kilos and my driver's license. But yeah, and obviously to be on a film set again. And
What was that like again?
you know, Bonnie, you're probably a method actor like I am.
Right.
And method actors put our hearts and souls into a production. So you really go to where that character is.
Yeah, you have to.
Really go.
It's
It's
the
an
only way you can
internal
tell the
journey.
truth. Yeah.
It's about where was my character when she bought this jacket? Did she have breakfast this morning? Who upset her today? And that sort of journey, it was interesting to get back into that. It was extremely intimidating to me to be on set with all these professional full-time actors.
Well, yeah,
after
because they
5,
act all
10
the time.
years,
Yes,
because they do
yes.
it all the time. They
Yeah.
study drama. I studied a little bit of law, so what do I know?
The same thing, really. Teasing.
Same thing. Well, if you watched LA Law, yeah, then it's the same
Yeah.
thing. But I think it's a little bit different out
Yes.
there. And then same goes with, people always say, how does acting affect your business, you know, the business world? How does it complement each other? So, you know, I know that I'm acting when something really upsets me.
Yeah.
And I choose to never react. I will respond, but I don't react. Because when you react, it just comes with anger or a wrong emotion.
And you're also not making decisions.
You're not making decisions. and
Autopiloting.
That's
yeah.
right. So,
yeah.
so I think acting has helped me to time that pause.
That's
because
incredible.
listen, things do upset you. People are dishonest. People are unfair. People are
Absolutely.
treated unfairly. You know, clients want to pay a little and receive a lot.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to know how to respond and not react. And to me, acting taught me that.
Yeah, absolutely. And congratulations on your award. You then won an award 2 years
Sure,
ago.
that was so special.
Yeah.
You know, the RTK Fear gave me the media veertjie, and you know, it felt really, really good. But to know that you had this whole team around you that contributed so much
Absolutely,
to it.
yeah. You're so humble. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Bonnie, for having me here, and
Loved
good
having
luck
you.
with your show. And I'm looking forward to see you back on a film set.
Absolutely.
soon.
I'll never stop. Let's head back
stop.
to the kitchen with Danilo.
Coming up after the break, if you're a big Avril Lavigne fan or just love extreme sports, we've got your very own He Was a Skater Boy after the break.
Experience the world in a way less limited. Apply today at dinersclub.co.za.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. And although TV presenting is an atypical career, professional skateboarding isn't the type of career path that many South Africans would consider pursuing, especially when you grew up in the townships of Durban. But this is exactly the life that Khule Ngubane chose. After seeing skateboarding on TV as a kid, his imagination was captivated, and against all the obstacles, he had been a professional skater for almost 10 years. And this weekend, he'll be showcasing his talent at the Ultimate X Action Sports Fest in Cape Town at the Grand West Arena. Yo, man, well, it's not often that you get to sit down a professional skateboarder, so I think I should just get my street cred up. Is this better?
That's perfect.
It's a lot more chilled out.
You feel very zen in your moment.
Yeah, I
in
feel
your
like I
element.
should be cool now, just
Yeah.
sitting next to a professional skateboarder. Dude, welcome to our show. It's so cool to have you. Your story is incredible. Take us through your first few years of figuring out that skateboarding was exactly what you wanted to pursue.
I mean, like, where do I begin? Firstly, being a child of color, growing up in a township, and being attracted to something that is so foreign. It is like, I was like an alien growing up as a child. When I look at it, because everyone is just so different.
Yeah.
But of course, that shapes you and makes you
Absolutely.
who you are.
So when did you receive your first board? I mean, you said that you were sort of an outsider. There were many years that you were an insider, and then you found this board. What, did you find one? Did somebody buy you one as a gift? How did it happen?
Just television. It's amazing how media has always played a role in especially this generation, the technology kids, and saw it on TV. I just thought, wow, this is the thing for me. I just felt like I should be doing that. I don't know why, but that's what I need to be doing. And that was at 11 years old when I was first exposed to skateboarding. So by 12, on my 12th birthday, I was like, that's exactly what I want. And
you sat on Santa's knee and you were like, please, can I have a...
Santa being my granddad. I was like, hey, granddad, can I please have a skateboard for my birthday? And he was like, yeah, sure. And where I live in Durban, where I grew up in a township called Chesterville, you could walk to the shopping mall called the Pavilion. And that's where it all started.
Sure, man. And what an incredible journey it's been since then. I mean, it didn't take you very long to become pro after that point. And did you put a lot of time and effort into it? How did you start training and get to that point where you became pro?
Well, I think it was the mindset when I was younger of my family did not want me to skate. It's so funny. They bought me a skateboard when I was 12. By 13, they kind of saw how skateboarding is, and it doesn't, at that time, it did not have a good light to it as us being role models now in my generation. So I guess smoking and drinking and being rebellious to society, that's how people looked at skateboarding at the time. So my family could not see a 13-year-old being misled in that direction. So I don't blame them. So they had me quit. But I found that's where I focused even harder because I had something to prove. And at such a tender age of 13, I had to really have a grown-up's mindset of this is what I want out of life.
Wait, so that made you quit, and then you carried on like behind the scenes. So
I didn't tell them I was skating. I just kept quiet, and I'd go to my friend's house and hide a skateboard there, or I'd go to the skate park, and I had people that always just these guardian angels, I like to call them, that always would look out for me because I didn't have any emotional support at that age or physical support because you need money to buy a skateboard or shoes. So I guess people could always see my talent and they would just say, hey, man, there's some old shoes. Keep skating, kid. There's an old board. Keep skating.
And so how, with all of these things going against you, did you manage to become pro? Like, what is the process like? I don't even know how a skateboard becomes pro. Like, how do you get that?
It's the ranking. So I went from being a child that's behind the scenes, watching people that I look up to getting to the amateur division, winning contests all over the country in the amateur division, and then that's when you get put up into a pro status because you're no more an amateur. And then I got to start to beating the pros, and then that's how I became a professional skateboarder at the age of 15.
Yeah. So at some point, your parents and your grandparents had to find out about this and know that you were doing it because you were winning competitions. I'm sure you would have ended up in the newspaper. They would have been like,
newspapers.
Is that how they found out?
TV and magazines. My first skateboarding magazine that I was in, I had to show them because I was so excited and I was like, this is what I want to do, and I just hope that at least you can allow me to skate on the weekends. I understand of putting school first, and I still believe that academics plays a huge role, that our generation tends to see the lights, camera, actions, and just think that's all about life, and they don't see the work ethic behind it. So I think it's also a good thing that they wanted that balance for me because it's shaped me to the person I am today, and I don't take it back from my parents.
You seem to have a very good relationship with your grandparents in the way that you sort of grew up with them. And even though they were hard on you because they wanted you to go and focus on the right things, I guess they were just trying to look after you. But your relationship with them is incredible.
Oh, it's incredible. I'm one of those African children who did not grow up having a father around, so I was raised by my mother and her family, and my grandparents have been that figure in my life of saying, okay, this is how a family should be, a family structure, and this is how I should take care of things, because when I was young, I had that imbalance of having a young mom, not really knowing much about having a child, your first child. So I thank my grandparents because they are literally the structure that saved my life. They molded me and shaped me into what I am. Of course, I think coming from a system of apartheid in the past, the world was a much harder place to exist in, whereby now we're more free, we're more liberated in the mind. We express different things, whereby they were not allowed to express those things.
I guess so, but we've all got our own challenges at the same time too. I mean, even though you're saying all of these things, I think it's incredibly powerful. All parents should get massive shout-outs for the work that they do, especially if they're raised by a single, if they're raising kids as a single parent. That story is not atypical, but what is atypical is what you were doing in the community. And I'm sure a lot of kids must have teased you in the process about doing this stuff. What was their sort of feedback?
I mean, like to walk to the skate park, and when I used to live with my grandparents at 13 to 15, it was 5 kilometers, so I'd have to walk this whole strip throughout the township to get to the shopping mall where they'd have a skate park there at the pavilion. And I'd get teased, man. Some people just want to look at me and hope I'll fall just because I'd go down a hill and nobody would skate. And even till this day, it's crazy that where I come from, there's no skateboarders there.
Why? What's the reason?
It's because it's just not as exposed, and people have that stereotype. I think a lot of Africans have that stereotype. I think they've mistaked poverty for being black or person of color.
So it's like a white sport to
Yeah, so they think
skateboard.
anything that you aspire, not even that with skateboarding, they would use it in any way. Maybe by the way I speak English, I'm well dressed right now. That to them would be acting white. So it's like it's this thing that society has programmed us, and that's what I've had to learn, that it's more than just color.
And you're trying to teach kids to break out of that. And I mean, you've had a huge career since then. I mean, you just came back from the States not long ago, and you got to
I
meet
just
the
came
man
back
himself.
actually 5 days ago.
How crazy!
Yeah.
And you got to like interact with Tony Hawks. I mean, tell me more, dude. That's amazing.
I mean, like the crazy thing with Tony is that I got to meet him when I was younger, when I was 14 years old, and he took interest in me, but I'd lost contact with him over the years. And as I grew older, and like 4 months ago, it's actually 6 months ago, my bad, 6 months ago, we did a skateboarding demo for a thing called Skatistan, which works on underprivileged children in Pakistan, because there's wars and stuff like that that's happening, and they educate them and give them skateboarding tuition, like just learn. And now they're taking that franchise to South Africa. Awesome. And so that's been the huge difference in the shift, and he has allowed me to be a part of it.
Great.
Yeah, so he's played a huge influence in my career.
He's like paying it forward across the world, I mean, in different ways, and he's done that for you, and I know you're particularly passionate about that now too, and you've mentioned it briefly, but unpack a bit more what you're doing in the communities to try and use skateboarding as a means to teach kids and give them something to pour their energy into.
For me, it was all about getting established first, because I believe you first have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. So it was about making sure that my career gets to a point where kids can look up and aspire, and then now I get to give back to the community with either giving away free skateboards, free skate lessons, or holding skate events that other children can have their time to shine, because it's not only about me. This right now that I'm doing is beyond me.
Sheesh, man.
It's a part of a more broader collective, and I don't think people tend to look at it that way due to ego and always wanting to be at the top yourself, when you should actually spread that around and more good things will come to you, actually.
Please can you go do motivational talks for all people in all kinds of industries that are competing with each other.
One day,
spread the love, man. Spread the love. Listen, we want to spread the love with you. This weekend is a really exciting one. Tomorrow, I think you're going to be at Ultimate X, which is really cool. What can goers expect from a showcase like that, for those who maybe don't even know what Ultimate X is?
Well, Ultimate X is basically the best extreme sports in the southern tip of Africa right now. So that's the event that's happening on Saturday, tomorrow. And it's got FMXs, which is people on motorbikes that when you see them ride and race, and they just jump over ramps. And next thing, you also get BMXs, people that ride on a BMX and they do tricks.
What are you going to do?
Every day. My skateboard. Okay. So there's 3 different types of contests that's going to be on the same day. So that's what makes Ultimate X such a unique thing, other than actually anywhere in Africa, I would say. There's no other sport like it, like that does that event. And just the vibe in itself, it being a Grand West as well, it's an arena where it's normally music and all these things that are put there. So to have something like skateboarding, we also get to feel special and be respected for our art is something that's just incredible to be a part of, and everyone should come see it.
Cannot wait to see it. And also later on, I want you to either show me a cool trick or be able to demonstrate something awesome, because skateboarding is something that really comes from the inside. And as we're keeping the show rolling, we'll keep him on the show. You see what I did there? Rolling? Over to you, Bonnie.
Coming up after the break, we show you what exciting things happen when you merge skateboarding with fashion. We chat to Dave DeWitt. Don't go away.
Afternoon Express is big on fashion and big on food. Follow us on Instagram to check out who wore what and find our mouth-watering recipe recaps so you can dress and dine the Afternoon Express way.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on SABC3. Entrepreneurship can evolve from the strangest places. And Dave DeWitt, another passionate skateboarder from Durban, saw an opportunity to repurpose old used skateboards into something trendy and unique. Custom-made sunglasses. We caught up with Dave in Durban to see how this all works.
How's it guys? I'm Dave DeWitt, sunglass designer from Durban. I make skate shades, sunglasses from used skateboard. Welcome to the park. I grew up in Pinetown, just outside Durban. Not quite Surf City, we were a little bit inland, so to find skateboarding out there was rad because it was something to do, something to keep us occupied, make new friends, stay out of trouble, that sort of thing. Skate Shades was inspired basically by a broken pair of sunglasses and a broken skateboard. I decided to take two broken things and try and make something fresh out of them. Skateboarding is basically my life. After you've been doing it for 30 years, it becomes ingrained into you. And you always look at a handrail or a little curved bump on the side of the road and be like, oh, there's a skate spot. I can skate that. I think that translates pretty well into making sunglasses and that sort of thing, because you're trying a new trick, you fall down, you get back up, you try it again, you fall down, you get back up. Each time you're doing it, you're learning differently how to tweak your body in the air or whatever, and how to land the trick, and then you keep going and you keep going until you land the trick, and then you get that feeling, yeah. Welcome to the workshop. This is where I take trash and turn it to treasure. I learned to work with my hands as an apprentice, so I learned how to use tools and basically take things apart, put them back together, and a lot of what I do is repairing old machinery and making it into something that's useful for me to make a pair of sunglasses with. I started making sunglasses from old skateboards in June 2012 when my old VZs broke. I took my old skateboard and thought I could use that to make a pair of sunglasses because it really had a little bit of a curve to it, and it was a good quality wood, being Canadian maple. I spent one Friday afternoon with a jigsaw and a belt sander and a drill and carved out a pair of shades from my old board and butchered some hinges from my mom's old reading glasses and got my lenses back in there. So they're a bit crusty compared to what I'm making now, but got people talking, they started asking me how much for a pair, that sort of thing, so I figured maybe there was something to it. So I get my old boards from the local skaters. We'll take this, peel the grip tape off it, slice it up into various pieces and make the frames out of this part here, which is between the wheels. Well, I'll get the temples out of the nose and the tail because it's already got a bit of a curve, fits to your head pretty good. Sometimes we can cut the graphics off the bottom so you end up with a dirty pair of frames, which looks pretty much like this graphic here, just on a pair of sunglasses. I'd like to expand the business a little bit more, maybe get some more people working, teaching them how to make sunglasses, make things, even if they don't stick around forever, but just help them and teach them a few things. Each board is unique and each board has its own story, and I try to tell that board story even by combining it with different boards with matching colors or that sort of thing, and just try and let each board speak for itself.
Honestly speaking, Dave is the only guy in the world who throws shade, but in the best way possible. These things are so cool, man. And you guys have had such an incredible journey together.
Yes, I've known Dave for about half of my skateboarding career as a professional athlete. And he's one of the veterans in the skateboarding community. And now he's been able to start his own company called Skate Shades. And it's amazing to see him still be able to skateboard and still inspire us to be more business-orientated, because you don't see a lot of skateboarders that do that.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's just taught you so much in the process and learning about sustainability and all of those things. Indeed. So I'm going to take these off because we did promise South Africans that you'd show us what you've got. And I don't want to be able to not see what you're doing in the dark.
Of course.
All right? So do you want to tell us what you're going to be demonstrating
today?
I
mean, like, I can just show you how the skateboard jumps and ollie, you know. Okay. I figured that's the first thing that you learn, and how skateboard becomes more of a unique sport when you can see us kind of flying.
Yeah. Can you jump over objects?
Yeah. So much. What do you have for me?
I've literally just got like this guy. Would this do?
That will work, actually.
You can jump over this?
Yeah.
Oh, my word. Okay.
Okay, I just need to take a little step back.
Okay.
Okay, I'll roughly put it right about here, and I'll probably take like 4 or 5 steps back.
The sign disappears. Your board going to hit me in the head?
No, okay. I guarantee you.
I'll sit here and enjoy.
You actually find it perfectly where you are.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kule in the loft with us on Afternoon Express. Drum roll, please. Yowza! Yowza! That is insane. Please teach me.
Of course.
I'd love to learn, not to jump over that thing, I don't know. Don't want to be taught that on national television. But I want to be taught how to do just a general ollie, because I've been trying my whole life and I still can't.
Yeah, okay. One thing about skateboarding is that there's 2 stances to skate, okay? Like how people are right with the left hand or the right hand side. So it's about finding your comfortable spot with that first. So do you feel comfortable riding like this, or do you have to feel like you have to face the back of me to feel comfortable?
I'm a natural, neutral.
Okay.
Natural?
Natural, yeah, that's called, natural, which is skating regular. So you would be towards the left, facing the cameras and everybody. Okay. And I'll hold the skateboard for you right about here so you can get on.
Ooh,
and the antidote is just put your legs on that. the floor and
Sure,
stretch
this,
them out.
like literally, I'm going to keep moving. How do you... Oh,
And then bend your knees right here. And
wow.
like you're squatting in the toilet.
Okay.
Then you have your center of gravity.
All right.
You know?
I got
and then always focus on the shoulders, moving, pushing you
Oh my
forward.
word, guy, I'm going to keep moving. Stop making me move. I don't want to move. Bring me back. Bring me back. Okay, I want to do an ollie. I want to try and do
Okay, now the ollie, you have to put your front foot a little bit more back and the back foot right at the edge here. Okay? And then you lift your body and kick forward.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Am I insured? Is my body insured?
Yes, I've also got you, just in case.
3, 2, 1.
Hey!
That's good enough.
That was good enough.
It'll do. Round of applause. Thank you very much. Dude, it's been so cool hanging out with you in the loft. Thank you so much, dude. It's very cool hanging out with you, and we'll support you as you go.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for following my journey and having me on the show. It's been a dream come true, personally speaking.
Awesome, dude. Well, after the break right here on Afternoon Express, besides me getting some plasters, we've got a huge announcement to make. Don't move your seats.
Say yes to the Smart Snack.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, before the break, we know we kept you on the edge of your seats, saying there was a really big announcement to be made on Afternoon Express. And about 18 months ago, Woolworths and my school set out on a journey to raise an incredible sum of money for education in South Africa that hasn't been achieved before. Now, that journey has come to its climactic end, and joining us is Peter Twine, General Manager of Loyalty and My School at Woolies, for the final update on this awesome campaign. So, not too long ago, 18 months, this plan was set. What was that plan?
The plan, in collaboration with Rao Williams, was to accelerate the existing My School program to heights that it's never been. And the focus was to get all South Africans mobilized to take up a My School card or link their Woolworths card and choose a beneficiary, which had to be a school, to make a very specific attempt at a very big number. We set out the challenge of 100 million, not knowing if we can get there.
100 million rand, raised purely by the My School cards?
100 million rand purely raised through My School at Woolworths, specifically for education, yes.
Right. And that's just by taking a portion of what people have been swiping their cards for, putting it into sort of these accounts, and then they're going into these schools. And so that was quite a big target. How did you choose to set like 100 million? Like, who thinks that number up?
The number we looked at, and, you know, as all things go, we just felt we had to put an ambitious number out there, a number that will inspire South Africans to actually challenge themselves and their schools to participate and actually raise a number that we've never done before.
Yeah, it's a plight in our country is education, and I think it's really incredible that you guys are trying to put those heights in, that challenge forward, because if we don't do it ourselves, then who will? And so today on Afternoon Express, we're hoping to be able to see whether you guys managed to make that target or not. And so on the screen behind us, we're going to be revealing the number that you guys managed to raise over this period of time. So let's have a look. All right, started at 0. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, tens of millions, 104,911,304. Congratulations, that's amazing. And so we're going to celebrate on the show today. How do you guys feel about all of this? This is amazing.
I think what is amazing is the fact that we need to thank all South Africans who has participated in raising this money. And we need to also thank Woolworths, who has actually made the challenge available, but also have made the funds available to actually deliver this into the educational system through the My School program, to actually just keep on accelerating the impact that they as individuals make in our education in the country.
Well, Peter, from us on Afternoon Express, I just want to say congratulations on that. That's an incredible, incredible number. And for all that you are doing and that all the South Africans are doing for education in our country, we thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sure. And just to show you guys how Woolworths with My School is making the difference in South African schools, Afternoon Express visited 2 schools who are beneficiaries of this amazing program. Take a look.
So Scythians became a member of My School in 2000, so it's been almost 20 years. And we got involved because we think it's a really good initiative. It's a great way to fundraise, and it really helps worthy causes. St. Stithians uses the My School funds for particular projects in our school, and of course, most recently we've used some of the money for the school here at Nehemiah Ministries.
So what we do is once every term, a class from each of the grades go down to Ivory Park and we bring food. And we go down there and we donate money and we do activities and interact with the younger kids. And it's also great for building new relationships.
The extra money we get, we send to them to help them find better learning material, better classrooms, and it makes it easier for them to learn.
The relationship started in 2001. St. Stithians came to Ivory Park and wanted to know what is the need and how they can be involved. So they bought a property here, which now we're using as office and preschool. My school has started to be involved with us through the St. Stithians, and they have given us some funds to do some improvement, especially in this class. So where we used the fund from my school was the tiling, partitioning the classes, and also the electricity. Was the class didn't have the electricity.
Can you see that? Umbrella. Yes.
I like the school because I like to learn. Sometimes I learn a lot and I write. That's why I like the school. I don't want it to go.
The things that I like about my school is when my teacher is teaching me Afrikaans and mathematics. It's very important that when I come to school, so that one day I can be a policewoman.
At St. Stithians, our strategic intent is to inspire excellence and to make a world of difference. And through the My School Customers Funds, we were able to make a world of difference here at Nehemiah Ministries, and we hope to continue. So to all of you who've contributed, thank you. Thank you so much.
It feels fantastic to know that we're making a small difference in this big world, and it's great to know that we're helping the less fortunate.
I would say that joining the Woolworths My School program would be great, because if a lot of people joined, we could donate more money, and with more money we can help them in even better ways, helping them build better facilities and more facilities to help them learn.
Thank you, Woolworths, for helping us with this school.
This school is unique because we offer vocational skills. Currently in South Africa, everything seems to be emphasizing around academic qualifications, but there's a critical need on the development of vocational skills, and this is what we impart and we inculcate and teach learners to become employable when they leave school.
Not all of us will only rely on academic stuff. So every time I visit the school, I see opportunities. We all need employment. South Africa has a very, very high rate of unemployment. So Westridge is really assisting in helping these learners, helping these communities, these families. So it is, for me, one school that needs support.
In 2013, there was a critical need for donations from private donors in terms of the upliftment of resources at our school. When my school or Woolworths was approached, they had come willingly on board to assist our learners in the acquisition of 36 new computers. Thus far, the initiative undertaken by Woolworths has really supported and strengthened the students' ability to be computer literate.
It's Westridge, just like right now, I'm in a computer class. And here in this class, we learn a lot about computer and how to design. And when I'm out of Westridge, I want to be something big.
This donation of computers, it's helped us a lot because in my future I want to do IT because I know everything in computer and mathematics.
The My School donation helped me a lot because before this class was really small. We never had proper desks, and it was hot and it was dark and it wasn't really comfortable. But now it's so much better. The ceiling is higher, we have lights, we have a fan, we have a proper board. My favorite thing about school is that I've learned things I could never do before. I'm learning bricklaying, graphic design, and TD, and it's helping me a lot. And it's given me an opportunity to get into a good college next year and earn a living.
You know, were it not for this project, a project like my school, I'm telling you, as a department, we are short of funds. We want to do more, but we cannot. So projects like this are really, are highly appreciated. And I want to thank from the bottom of my heart the My School project. And I know that a lot of learners now have got a future.
Woolworths customers, thank you so much for your generosity and supporting this initiative. It is through your purchases that you are able to give back to the community.
I want to thank Woolies and also the customers, because we work much better now, and we would like them to keep donating to us, because, you know, there's so many other things we need in the school. Please keep swiping, and thank you very much.
It is so exciting to see what schools are doing to use this money to create incredible good. And what's fascinating is talking about my school. That was my school. St. Stithians College is my ex-high school, and they're giving 100% of that money they make from my school towards Ivory.
That's correct, yeah. So we have about 8,000 schools on the My School program. Many of them, like St. Stithians, are twinning with an under-resourced school, and the total funds of what the St. Stithian parents are raising is going towards upliftment projects in Ivory Park, either through infrastructure or educator development. And many of our schools apply the money in different ways, but the aim is to improve the educational experience in each of those schools through the fundraising money.
And that's exactly what you guys are doing. To celebrate again, 104 million rand you guys managed to raise through this program, and that's going straight in towards education in our country, which is such a vital part of how our country is going to move forward. So Peter and your team, congratulations, and here's to 200 million next year.
Absolutely, let's do it together.
Over to you, Bonnie.
A big congratulations again to Woolworths and the My School Initiative for a superb job. Well done. After the break, Clem and I prepare something sweet and quite apt for this moment.
Light and fluffy as a cloud and tasty as can be. Add a sparkle of caster sugar to make your meringue absolutely magnificent with Salati. Always good, always sweet.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Thank you for joining us again. Clem and I are about to make a sweet treat, but you've given it a special name, and you're going to tell us why, right?
It's called the We Raised 100 Million Shortbread, not just a millionaire shortbread.
That's amazing.
We have to go hard.
Why was it originally called the Millionaire Shortbread? Anyway?
I just think it's because it's so lavish and so like delicious. I mean, so many amazing things. It's chocolate, it's caramel, and it's shortbread all in one dessert.
It's basically fit for millionaires.
Fit for millionaires and fit to get you in the gym. Guaranteed. But it's delicious. It's so good. And we're celebrating today. So we're going to totally dig in. So the first thing we have to do is start off with our short crust. So super easy. Some cake flour going into...
You say everything is super easy. And I don't believe you anymore when you say things are super easy.
Bonnie, have you ever cooked one of my recipes?
Yes, I have. The easier ones of the generally difficult ones.
You know what? We're testing everybody out there. But this is an easy one.
I always go for the simple ones. Just because I want to save time, though.
Exactly. Well, you know what? This is not that complicated. It's really not. So chilled butter into the flour, and you kind of bring it all together. Let the machine do the work. You can use your fingers and break it up to get those breadcrumbs. Well, looks like breadcrumbs, and then you know you've done things right. So you keep on going. And you also want to keep the butter nice and chilled. You get kind of these pockets of butter. If you think about pockets of butter, I mean, I can't even think of anything that's more poetic. Pockets of butter.
Pockets of butter, yeah, okay, that's poetry. Well done. Well done, Kim.
So, right into that, we're going to add some
sugar.
Let's actually, let me talk to you about the lemon juice.
Talk to me about the lemon juice.
So, a lot of people say when it comes to making pastry, they don't like it because the pastry ends up getting really tough and chewy. The problem is you develop too much gluten in your dough. So what you do is add a little bit of lemon juice.
Gluten, the culprit again.
But you know what? Why people are hitting on gluten, I don't know. Anyway, add a little bit of the lemon juice to your mixture.
Okay.
And that's going to stop the gluten from developing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the sugar goes in now.
It's called the lemon the fixer.
The lemon is a fixer. The lemon's answer to everything.
Fixes everything.
Yeah. Almost everything.
Yeah.
Cool, so that's nearly there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the dough together. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Literally a tablespoon at a time. Because you don't want to add too much moisture to it.
You want to add it gradually?
Gradually.
Okay.
Until you form a beautiful dough. And I'm going to increase the speed slightly. I can eyeball this.
Right.
Oh.
Look at that KitchenAid go, man.
So what you can see the dough is beginning to form. We're getting a ball. A little more water.
I need one of these babies in my kitchen.
Right, it's done. Get home, you're going to see in your
That's
lunch.
why you call everything easy.
So what you see, we've got a beautiful dough that's formed. I like using loaf tins. I find they're the easiest to work with. And you kind of have that outlining shape already. So take the dough, real easy. I was going to say real simple, but I just say it all the time, apparently. So what you're going to do now is you're going to press it into your tin. Do this by hand. And when you're done, just take something like a spoon and just press it down to get it nice and level.
Okay.
So this goes to the oven. And you're gonna bake it blind, which means you're gonna do like put a piece of a baking paper on the bottom and some beans, and you're gonna pop it in the oven, and it's gonna come out after about 20 minutes, golden and beautiful, just like this.
Ooh.
And that's your first layer done.
It looks beautiful.
So now to start with your caramel, I'm gonna say it again. It's real easy.
It's real easy. It's real simple.
So
this is how you do it.
This is how you do it. Condensed milk.
Condensed milk.
And that's gonna go in the pot with your butter. You can get some extra butter for me.
Absolutely.
And some golden syrup. If you can pass that to me as well.
Oh, is this golden syrup?
And you're gonna basically cook it. You're gonna cook it until all three ingredients have come together beautifully.
All right.
And they've all combined. And that's all it is. You don't need to bubble it for too long.
On a low heat, you just keep
on a low
stirring.
heat. So I've got one on the side here that I've basically done.
That's already done. Of course you do.
And you can see what it looks like. Nice and funny. Almost looks like peanut butter.
Yes, yes.
Talking about peanut butter, imagine we did a peanut butter caramel shortbread. Oh my god. Okay.
Raise a millionaire shortbread.
And we're raising the bar here with our skills because I mean that's just amazing. So second layer is done. All we're gonna do is pour it over our shortbread.
Okay.
And try not to get it everywhere onto the counter. So I'm guessing this is like a dish you have like really when you're celebrating.
Right.
Because I mean it's just so good. You can't be having this every day.
No, you can't. Why not?
Because it just takes like the joy out of it. Yeah, this is like an absolute treat.
It has to be a treat, you're right.
So we just spread it evenly across the pastry.
Okay.
And you let this sit up in the fridge for, I would say about half an hour because it sets pretty quickly, the caramel I'm talking about.
Right.
So what I'm going to do next is I've melted some chocolate over a double boiler.
What kind
which
of
just means
chocolate is that? Just milk chocolate?
This is just milk chocolate.
Yeah.
You can go dark if you want, absolutely. So over a double boiler, just brought this chocolate to a slight bubble and it's melted perfectly. So now imagine this is all set up perfectly, beautifully. Hot chocolate goes over. And you're going to just make sure you create a nice layer of chocolate.
Right.
And then it sits in the fridge again.
Again,
So
yeah.
the hardest part's actually just the waiting. Look at that.
Absolutely.
And then, perfectly set, after about an hour, I say, not even.
Yeah.
And you can start slicing. And what you end up with is a perfect...
Are these babies?
Shortbread, caramel, and chocolate. Happiness.
Yeah.
It's like, can we just throw some more confetti? We just...
Absolutely.
Throw
I
some
mean,
more
that just
confetti.
looks like a pile of happiness, and I can't wait to dig into that. The keyword is treat. SMS the keyword to 33650. There you'll get the link to the recipe and the list of ingredients. SMSs cost R1.50. No free SMSs apply. I'm about to go and serve this shortbread, right?
I'm going to help you out. There you go, Bon.
Yeah. I feel so special. Hey, everybody.
Oh, that looks so good,
Yeah.
guys. Oh, it's the weekend
There
on a
we
plate.
go. Sugar for our guests.
Where's the coffee and the tea?
We health freaks there, you know, and your water, you see, it's coffee and
Oh, you're a
antioxidants.
health freak. I get them, thanks.
Yeah, all yours.
No,
Please,
me,
guys,
I'm
take
still
one.
young. I can get away with it.
Hello.
How are you?
Take one and pass them down, guys. Take one and pass down. We'd love for you to taste them.
Am I serving?
Yes.
We're celebrating.
How do I look with a Mr. Woolworths?
Yummy.
This is
104 million rand.
Thank you
very close
That's a lot
to...
of money.
You have another one.
Congratulations. That's incredible.
Because you're gorgeous. And another one.
Oh, no, guys, honestly,
No,
one is going to be more than
no,
enough.
no.
Kelly, they want to party more than we do.
No, I'm not on a diet. I'll absolutely have one.
Probably by the end of the session, I'll be dancing on top of the table. I have so much energy.
Taste and tell me what you think. Thank you very much for joining us in the loft, everybody.
Thank you very much.
And for celebrating with us. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
And South Africa, have a great weekend, and we'll see you same time, same place next week. Good night and happy eating. Bye. Wow.
Another feel-good production.